Hello everybody, how goes it? Welcome back to another episode of Minecraft with RabidSmore. What's up? How's your day going? I hope it's doing well. If you're on a summer break from school or anything, I'm sure it's going well. You get to sleep in later, stay up later, go out with your friends and hang out and stuff, so I'm sure you're having a great time. And for those of you that might not be on a summer break or working or any of those things, well, at least it's Friday, so it must be going at least halfway decent for you, or at least you get to look forward to the weekend and everything, so I hope everything's going well for you as well. But anyways, guys, I was just hanging out in the world here, taking a look from the top of the mountain base, and it's come a long way, this world. It's definitely the most developed of any single-player world that I've ever had in Minecraft, as far as the amount of things that I've built in it, and the amount of time that I put into it. I'm really happy with how it's turned out over the many episodes that we've had so far. I think this is the 20th episode now, which is still, I guess, kind of early as far as Minecraft series go, but for me, it's a huge series, or a huge list, and it's been a lot of time that I've put into this world, so I'm really happy with how it's turned out again. And I really like how this has turned out too, by the way. And I still need to come up with a background story for the villagers as to why they live up there and what they're doing over in that side. And also, since the last episode, I finished up our tree farm over here, which we can see from up top here. And I kind of needlessly decorated the top since I can only see it from up here. But I'm really happy with how this turned out as well. I think it looks really cool as far as kind of like a temple or kind of a relic kind of garden area down there. And I'll go ahead and jump down there so we can take a look at that from the ground level. Let me just jump down this way. And also, I just recently had a comment from a viewer named Cenasoft asking if I would do a world download with what were they asking, a set of coordinates for the base here. So, I'm going to be doing that in this episode. I'll be putting out a world download in the link in the description below this video here. Let me go over to the tree farm so we can see what that is. And I'll be putting the base coordinates and all of those things, so you guys will be able to check out the world here. So I'm really happy that Cenasoft actually brought that up, because I've been meaning to actually put up a world download at some point, and without them asking, I might have forgotten about it. So thanks for bringing that up, Cenasoft. And so you can see our tree farm here. I just kind of took the design that I had originally, or in the last episode, and then I took it all the way around, and then I added a bit of decoration up at the top there, and I think it turned out really good on the inside and the outside here. It's pretty basic, which, you know, a tree farm is going to be, and it does the job that we need. And it doesn't end up too terribly big here, so it's not going to take up too much room. But yeah, I think it turned out really well. And I have a couple projects that I want to get started on here. Before I do a couple of things, it's going to be a bunch of little touch-ups that I'm going to be looking around the world off-camera later before I put the world download up, because I just want to make sure everything's good for when you guys come in and check it out if you do want to. But I have a couple projects in mind that I want to start for this episode, and some of those are that I want to do a train station in the Nether, for sure. I at least want to get a train station started down there so that I can have easier way of transportation out to my blaze farm and out to the stronghold. So I want to get that started today, and I want to try to get at least the pathway out to the Ender area. I want to try to get a Ender Pearl farm out there. So let me see if I can open this door here, even though I should be using gold nuggets for this, but I just want to go ahead and check out this area here as well. But I want to get the pathway out from the end to start building an Ender portal, or an Ender Pearl farm out there. So I'm going to have to go out into the end and build a huge bridge out from the island that's out there. And let's see. I was thinking that I need to start getting some enchanting done since I have so many levels. But I think I'll do that later on in this episode as well, after I work on the Ender farm. So yeah, I want to get an Ender, like a bridge out to where I'm going to be building an Ender Pearl farm, just to at least get that project started up. And then I guess I'll go from there and do some enchanting here, with all these levels since I have so many from the Ender Dragon kill. And there's so many cows in here, they make so much noise. But anyways, yeah, I want to get those projects started up, and then if I have time, I probably won't, because that's quite a few things to do, but if I have time, then I'll be starting on another project, which I don't want to say what it is just yet, just in case I don't have time to start it. But yeah, I'll get started on those things, and then I'll get back. Well, I hope you don't have a fear of heights. I was just collecting a whole bunch of quartz because I want to build my train station out of quartz, and I brought all of it back up into the overworld, and I thought the best way to harvest it or break the blocks would be to build a giant tower. So, yeah. I completely forgot you could build this high up. It's so high up in the world. There's actually fog. I can't even see the ground anymore. So, hopefully this doesn't end up being too super dangerous, but I just wanted to try it, and I ended up having a ton of quartz, so it actually went all the way up to the build limit of the world. But yeah, we definitely have a good view of our world now in our entire base. But yeah, I want to build the train station out of quartz. I didn't really have any, so I just collected as much as I could. But this is probably going to be more than enough for a long time, based on this. And I realize I'm kind of wasting experience because quartz is actually a really good way to get experience. But I already have so many levels that I don't think it really matters anyway, since the new enchanting system only uses, like, I think 3 levels max for a level 30 enchantment. So I already have a ton of levels, so I don't really mind wasting the experience off of this quartz, at least for now. If worst comes to worst, I can always use the Enderman farm or the Blaze farm to get experience later on. And this should give me more than enough for the train station to start building it once I get back into the Nether. Alright, so I actually ended up with a ton of quartz out of all of that since I had a Fortune 3 pick with me. Look at this, it's like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.5 stacks of quartz. So hopefully that'll be enough. I mean, it still uses a lot because you have to use 4 for every block, so if you divide this by 4 it's not as much, but it still should be more than enough for at least what I need. So I think I'm going to be building the train station right about here-ish, facing this way. And I'm going to have to clean up some of these old rails here since they're kind of just in the way. And they'll probably get in the way of the actual train station trains going outwards. So I'll have to clean some of that up and get at least to start on building this guy here. Probably, like I said, I think I'll just have it starting here. It'll head out from here. I think this is where our buttons will be. Pretty sure at least. So yeah, I'm going to get a start on this here. And at least get the basics built so that we can at least have a rail going out to the stronghold. And I want to have one going to the Blaze farm eventually later, but I'll save that for later on, so this can just want to get a start to this project. So I'm going to get the rest of this station built up here, and I'll get the rail going out to the stronghold ready, and then I'll get back to you guys. Okay, so I have at least the basics down for our train station here in the Nether. I've got our reset switch, the Blaze farm path, and the stronghold path here set up for now. And the Blaze farm doesn't really go anywhere just yet. You can see back here in the wiring, the Blaze farm just kind of goes into this block for now, since, like I said, I'll be working on this later. I just wanted to get this project started up. But I do for now have a path going to the stronghold. I kind of just hijacked the old railway that was already going through here out to the village and then turned it off towards the stronghold. So still need to test that out and see if it works here. Gonna go ahead and try it out. Let's see. Oh no, it didn't take us there. What happened? Seemed like it didn't switch over to the stronghold? Or did I completely forget to even press the stronghold button? I'm not sure. Maybe I did. Maybe I just put the card on and didn't even press the stronghold button. Let's try this again. Alright, there we go. Alright. So hopefully this will get us all the way to the stronghold, and hopefully there won't be any gas along the way either, since I don't really have all of this covered just yet to protect from gas. So, alright, so far it seems good. And this should be the last final stretch to our stronghold portal. Awesome. So I went the whole way, so now I should be able to go the whole way back as well. If I get any speed here. I didn't put too many powered rails here, but it seems to be enough. Don't go on the rail. Gotta watch out for the zombie pigmen. Awesome, this seems to work both ways pretty well though. So that's a good start to our train station for the Nether. And like I said, later on I'll be polishing all of this up. It's just kind of a start for now, so I'll be adding more rails later on. I'll make this look a lot nicer as well, but I'll be saving that for later. I just wanted to get this done for now, and this already took quite a long time, not only in building, but having to go back and build more rails and more quartz and everything. So try to get as much as I could done for now for here. So I'm going to move on to the next project now. Alright, so I was just about to start working on my bridge going out to the Enderman farm here, but it's definitely one of those things that are easier said than done because I have to build it over the void, and falling into the void means you lose all of your items. So definitely a lot, like I said, a lot easier said than done. And I need to make it go out at least 128 blocks, I believe, is about the right distance from this area here out into the void there, because that will make sure that I don't have any Endermen spawning here, and I will only have them spawning over at the Enderman farm. So it's a pretty long distance, and it's going to take a lot of slabs, but I already have plenty of those, so that's not going to be too big of an issue. And since I'm going to be building over the void, probably best to just drop off everything here so that I don't have to worry about falling in. I mean, I still do have to worry about losing the 66 levels that I have, which is a pretty big deal, but hopefully that won't happen. So I should be able to just be careful enough and it shouldn't be a problem, but I do want to get at least the start here to our bridge going out here to the Ender farm, and probably at least part of the dropping area where they fall down and lose most of their health from falling like 40 something blocks, I think it is. I'll have to double check before I actually start, or before I finish it off, but I do want to at least get this going all the way out there, and I'll probably leave the side rails off for now, which makes it a little more dangerous, but again, as long as I just run straight, it's not too big of a deal. So I'm going to get this going out to at least 128 blocks away, and then I'll start working on the dropping area for them. Well, I have most of the, or at least actually the whole bridge now done over to the Enderman farm here, and I have a start to the collection area where we're going to be and our dropping area where they're going to land. And I have one of the rings done as well. It's kind of eerie actually if you look back, because you can actually see the outline of the island there. I might have to raise the brightness of the video on YouTube, I'm not sure. But you can definitely see the shadow of the Ender Island over there. It's kind of creepy. But anyways, I'm going to be working on these rings here. I have to build these all the way up for the 40 plus block drop that they have to go down, so it's quite a bit of work, and it's quite a bit of actual slabs that I have to use as well. But I have to use these because the Endermen are 3 blocks tall. This will make it so that these are 2.5 block tall gaps, so they won't be able to escape out of this tunnel as they're falling down or when they land here. So I just have to build these going all the way up every 3rd block or so, like this here. Go up 3 blocks and then build all the way around with the slabs. And luckily it's not as dangerous now either, because now I'm not building over the void, so this is a lot easier on the heart and the mind. But yeah, I'm just going to keep building these rings as far up as I can with what I have as far as slabs. I don't have a ton of slabs on me just yet, but I'll probably have to come back a couple times and bring several stacks of slabs to build this up, because it actually takes quite a bit to build up. But it's definitely worth it in the end with the amount of ender pearls that you get from this and the experience if you need it. So I'm just going to go ahead and build up as many of these rings as I can with the supplies that I have for now. But probably do most of that off camera, since it's going to be a lot of this just nerd pulling up and building the rings around. So I'm just going to try to finish as much of this as I can, and then I'll head back to my base and start doing some enchanting with all these levels that we have. Alright, so I actually did end up getting quite a bit of that Enderman farm done. I got quite a few of the rings done, a lot more than I thought I would, but still not quite tall enough to actually work on the spawning platform for them. So I'll be finishing that up in another episode later on, but I did want to get a start on it. And I got pretty much most of it done, so that's a good start. So I want to finish off this episode here with doing a bit of enchanting. since we have so many levels, more than I can even really use on enchanting, but I brought a bunch of books with us, and I think the axe is the only other thing that I really want to get some decent enchantments on. Actually, I do need another at least level 1 shovel, or I guess even a shovel at all. Do I have any? Ah, I do, cool. And I might as well enchant this one. I guess I'll check the sword too. So let's see what kind of enchantments we can get on these here. I guess some lapis would help as well. I always forget about that. I hope it doesn't use much lapis per level, does it? Does it only use 1 each time? I feel like it does, so let's see what we got. Knockback, not that great. Unbreaking isn't bad. And unbreaking on this as well. So unbreaking isn't terrible, but I would rather have efficiency on these since I'm just going to be using them as work tools anyways. I want them to work as quickly as possible, so let's go ahead and toss a book in here. And we'll see what we get for our level 30 besides Suck Touch, which is already really good because I can put that on shears or on a pickaxe if I need to, so that's already really good. See if we get other things. Power 4, also really good. Cool, so that's a good start. See what we can get again. Unbreaking. Unbreaking. Wow, lots of unbreaking. So we can definitely get some unbreaking tools if we ever needed to. So let's see what we can get here again. Oh, just projectile protection 4. Not that great. Unbreaking again. Man, it seems like these aren't even resetting. It's the same thing over and over. That's weird. Well, at least the books are changing, so sharpness 3 and anything else? No, that's not that great. But I guess I'll keep it for exchanging or making it better, like sharpness 4 on an anvil with another sharpness 3 book. Are these always just going to be unbreaking 3? Alright, there we go. Efficiency 4 on that one, and efficiency 4 on the axe. I think I use an axe more often than a shovel, so I'm going to grab this one for now. Aw, no unbreaking, but I can put that on later with a book, so hopefully we get better luck. Oh, nice. So we got efficiency 4 again. And fortune 3, which I'm not sure. Is that just for clay? I think that might just be for clay, but I'm not positive. I can't remember exactly right now. Unbreaking 3, and it looks like we can do at least 3 more books here. So, see what we can get. Power 4. Oh, nice. Power 4, Protection 3, and Looting 2. So Looting 2 is awesome, and Power 4. But mostly the Looting 2, because that will actually let me turn this into a Looting 3 sword. So that's a really good start. And it actually used a lot more lapis than I thought it would. I guess it uses like 1 here, 2 here, and 3 here. So it actually went through all the lapis that I had already. And I could go grab some more, but I think we already did quite a bit of enchanting here and got some really good stuff out of it. We got some good work tools here. We got quite a few really good books. I mean, I guess the protection isn't that great, but good to have just in case, I guess, for later on. So yeah, I think we're just going to end the episode here, guys, since we already got quite a bit done in this episode, and I want to get this video uploaded as soon as possible. So, as always, guys, thanks for watching. Have an excellent day, and see you later.